What's going on, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself, and today's been a long day, but hopefully some Pokemon music can cure me. We have 3 songs today. Well, 3 videos. We have Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal versus Champion / versus Red, and then immediately after that we have the Heart and Gold and SoulSilver rendition. Both are from the channel Pokeli, and then immediately after we have the credits theme from HeartGold from the channel Emal 2, requested by Harold BFC and That Random Gamer. I think the highlight, well, not the highlight, but the reason this video is happening is because I'm going to check out the credits theme. I'm collecting credits themes right now. So yeah, let's look into it. Right before I get started, if you do not know, I've only played Generation 1 Yellow, and this looks super familiar to me. So I'm guessing this might be the next generation or something. Let me know. Versus Red. Oh man. That is highly nostalgic for me. This sounds identical to the one I know. Does it change? Oh, that's different. It's similar. Okay. This is the sound that I know. That's interesting that his name is Red still. I think it'd be like Gold or something. Oh, this is so cool. So this is the original composer? It sounds just like him. That's cool. It sounds like a remix of Gen 1. This is tripping me out. It feels like something I've known my whole life, yet it's new. Oh my gosh. The Heart and Gold version is gonna go nuts. I love that sound. I can't look up anything because my phone is charging and I'm kind of scared to touch any tabs, but I wanted to look up what year this came out. This is cool. It's so identical. Okay, really quick, because we have other ones to listen to. At first I was concerned. I'm like, wait, I know this song already. Well, with the knowledge you guys have now, because you definitely know more than I do, I've only played one, Pokemon Yellow Generation 1. And that is extremely familiar. That is the sound I know and love. To be honest, a lot of people don't know, but like, I definitely heard Pokemon, or I heard video game music before I got into the Game Boy Color. I was still a kid, but like, I think Pokemon Yellow was like the kind of game that, or at least one of the like 2 or 3 games that made me really pay attention to this, like the sounds of video games. I was so impressed by it because there's like hardly any sound effects in this game, except for when you're battling. Of course, you had like the battle cries and the sound design of like what was it, like Aurora Beam and all that cool stuff. But the game is like drenched in music constantly. The only sound effects you hear are like, I think maybe the steps of the character, maybe like jumping over like a fence, whoop, or the doors. I think when you walk in. So the whole thing is just like music. So it stuck with me, and I play that game all the time. This sounded exactly like what I know. I can't remember the composer's name at the exact moment right now. I'm sorry. I want to say it's like Junichi. How do I say the wrong name though? But was this him? Because it sounds like they took the exact same file and then used that as a bass and then just reworked some of the notes, which is interesting. They took that like winning formula and then just altered the melody, which not many times has happened on this channel. That's really cool. So I'm very nostalgic towards this, yet first time I hear it. That is so weird. But yeah, I definitely know that. Let me know, by the way, is that motif still being used? There's a lot of motifs in Pokemon, but I wonder if they still use that one. I feel like that's an iconic one. My favorite one being the I was like, oh god, I'm having trouble remembering all these names. Is it Victory Road? The song you hear before the Elite Four going up. I love that song. Okay, well, now this is going to be exciting. This is the HeartGold and SoulSilver. And I see... Oh, I don't want to say the wrong name. Is that Dragonite? Yeah, it's Dragonite, right? Damn it. So yeah, let's just hear this. Don't know how long in between they were, but now that I know what song it's doing, I'm excited. This is Champion and Red Battle music. HeartGold and SoulSilver. I wonder if my bias is just going to be like too heavy here. Question: did they ever remix the original Champion theme, but like this? Oh, that's so cool. The synth bass is sending me right now. The synth bass is what reminds me of the chiptune. Oh, I forgot to mention something. I'll bring it up after this. Pikachu! I just thought of another question that might be really dumb. Do all the generations of Pokemon live in the same world, as in all Pokemon are available? Or is it just that game's Pokemon, this game's Pokemon? For example, is the latest game, whatever that is, does that have every Pokemon from the beginning? Or just like... I'm always going to have like 50 questions when it comes to Pokemon videos. It's weird, like my brain wants to hear the original, but then it changes the melody. It's cool though, it's really cool. It even has a little bit of a, like a MIDI guitar sound too. Right side. Dun, 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 dun. That's cool. Like a floor tom. And shout out to Kelly, what a channel. Alright. So, this is one of the very few times I can even say something like this because, again, I have some experience. Now, before I even say it, I want to be very transparent here. This is a really damn good version. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it's amazing. And especially for me, I'm like one of the demographics the song is for. Like, hey kids, remember this when you were younger, and now hear it all badass. So that's really cool in that regard. There's nothing wrong with it. In this case, my bias is so heavy towards the chiptune version, but I'll tell you why. And I forgot to mention in the first one. This, again, amazing. Nothing wrong with it. But what makes the first one cool, and the reason I really liked the Game Boy, essentially, that sound, for one, I never heard it with headphones. I always experienced the Game Boy with the little speaker. Sounds kind of better to me that way. But that soundtrack had essentially zero percussion in it. Very little, I don't even know if anyone, like, if for some reason you're watching this video and you're not a Pokemon fan and you're just like watching it with me, which is possible, just people that watched alongside with me, you probably didn't even notice that the original song didn't have like a drum pattern in it because of the limitations. And that's why I think it's cool, because those songs hit super hard with no drums in them. It was just the manipulation of the channel, and it's genius. It's really, really cool. So hearing it, with this whole like full ensemble and drums and everything, it sounds complete and everything. Yeah, sure. But to me, there's just this, it's nostalgia, really. But they're both really, really good. So now I'm curious if the original has a upgraded version like this. Yeah. So that's that. We move on to the reason this video is happening, because I'm collecting credits, themes in games. I'm not asking for any more, thank you. But I'm meant to hear this one, and then the other two just got kind of chosen alongside with it. So this is the credits for the game we just heard, HeartGold and SoulSilver. And let's get into it. I am skimming it, and there's footage, so spoilers ahead, potentially. Let's go. Go Ichino. Oh. Oh wait, no, that's HeartGold. He did the voices too? I'm learning a lot today. Wait, this looks older. Wait, what is HeartGold? Is it I thought it was more modern. Like, oh, that sounds so cool. Sorry, normally I would look things up, but I've been having technical problems all day. I'm scared to open a tab. Clefairy. I can feel the nostalgia running through your guys' soul, just like it was for me earlier. That's ghastly. Zubat, I think. I forgot the name of the other bat. There's two of them. Oh, there's three of them. I don't remember. I feel like there might be like one or two viewers crying right now. Like, I feel something in the air. Is that, what's the R? Is that Team Rocket or something similar? Junichi Masuda. That's who I was thinking of earlier. Did he not do the music for this? Da, 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 da. Ah, I recognize that. The end. How bittersweet. Let's go back here. Ah, you know, now that I think about it, I'm trying to remember what the credits sound like for the original Pokemon that I played. I don't remember. But, man, yeah, Pokemon, I think forever will be like such a, for me at least, for me, it's always going to be like a really fun time and a very curious time. I don't know if you guys watch like my other videos. I know some people just stick to what they know. Like, I'm pretty sure Pokemon fans, for the most part, only watch Pokemon videos, that kind of thing. But for those that watch like multiples of my videos, Pokemon ones are the ones where I ask the most questions. And that is essentially just like childlike curiosity, you know? I'm always just a curious person and inquiring all the time anyways. But I was the same way when I was a kid. I didn't ever play a game like this when I was a kid. I played, well, just to give an idea, like I was playing like NFL Blitz and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Sonic, Mortal Kombat. What else? I don't know. Game demos and stuff. Pokemon was like, well, I guess now would be, I know it is turn-based, but back then I don't know what the hell that was. I was like, I can run, I can item. Well, actually, I don't know if you can run, but you know, like I had choices, and it was new. It was slower, and I just remember immediately like being captivated by like Pallet Town's music, and this was the age where like everyone was playing it. So my friends were, it was a mixture. Like some had red, some had blue, and you know, I had yellow. So I didn't have that choice. I only had Pikachu at the beginning, and you know, I do remember those conversations with like my peers, like, "Oh, who did you choose at the beginning?" I'm like, "What? I didn't get to choose." But yeah, it was really cool. I just remember everything about, well, not everything, but I remember like vivid things in like my gaming history. I remember Brock being like super difficult for some reason. That was like the first time I encountered a boss. Because up until that, I felt like I coasted through the enemies, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, Pikachu's kind of useless here. And yeah, actually, technically, I think Brock was probably the first time that I had to like pay attention to like elements and resistances and stuff like that, you know? So it shaped me really early on. And then I didn't play an RPG again for like 30 years. The next closest thing was a demo for The Legend of Dragoon, a year later or something. But after that, I didn't play I didn't play a single RPG until FF7 Remake in 2022. So that was a big gap. So with Pokemon, yeah, I'm highly interested, right? I watched the Indigo League, not all of it. I don't even know how it ends. I have to imagine it ends somewhat like the game does. But it was really cool living at that time, because this is like the heyday of it, like the inception of Pokemon. Like the anime was really popular, the game was really popular. It was cool. It was really, really cool. So hearing this, especially this first one, was super nostalgic for me, because that's exactly what I know. That exact same sound font. So if I had to guess, I can't look it up right now, but if I had to guess, Gold and Silver were probably the very next game, or the second next game. I didn't follow it after Gen 1, unfortunately. I don't know what came after. If I had to take a guess, though, it would have to be the Game Boy Advance, because I remember being a kid and wanting a Game Boy Advance, but alas, I could not afford it. So, but it sounds identical. Anyways, really cool. Let me know whatever you want. And how do those credits make you feel? Credits are the reason. Again, I'm making a video on credits, music, and games. I'm not taking any more suggestions, but you know, some people were suggesting this one, and I was like, okay, cool, sure. And it's because of that feeling it gives off, you know, like that song right there was exactly what I think of when I think of credits, especially as a kid. That kind of happy-go-lucky, very sentimental goodbye. You know, it's bittersweet. To some, they hear that music and they're like, all right, let's start up again, let's go again. And for some, unfortunately, that might be the last time you ever play that game for years or ever. You know, it's bittersweet. So yeah, Pokemon fans, I'm always going to have a lot of questions, but this is where I take advantage that I have an audience that loves to talk about these things, and I know we're all passionate about it, so I'm going to ask. It's better than Googling or whatever, especially when the first result is AI, so whatever. This game is always going to be meaningful to me, regardless of which one it is. It's just always going to remind me of being a kid. I am in my mid-30s now. I was 7 years old when I played these. Damn, dude. Luckily, still no gray hair, but I digress. Yeah, Pokemon's always going to be special to me. I love the soundtrack from the first games. Anyways, tell me whatever you want about these, and I'm glad I can get nostalgic with some of you for a bit. It doesn't happen often here. Thank you to all the requesters and suggesters for this game. Thank you to everyone you see on screen, Patreon members. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the Auditorium. Peace.